All right, good morning, cyber traders. And I don't know how good morning it is with a really crazy market. I got a lot to talk about what's going on. Good to see you all, Charles, Mario, everyone, Michael. Good to see you all. Welcome back for the morning meeting here at Cyber Trade University. I know a lot of people are worried what's going on regarding with the war in the market and stuff like that. I want to touch upon that. Couple of things I was mentioning that I was a little concerned on some of the price levels and everything else. I want to go through it. You can look on the right-hand side that the watch list is bleeding, and it's bleeding bad. I got the Dow Jones up there right now. I just want to kind of bring it up because if you remember a couple of days ago, I did have some numbers that I was very, very concerned about, and it was really right around here. And it was a lot of support levels right around the 7,800. Now, if you notice, it was making a higher low, and then we started making lower lows, and then we started making Fausto flags. Okay. Now, looking at where we're seeing supports, we're right around here. I'm telling you, I'm not seeing anything probably close to around 45,000, which is about another 1,000 points away. Major one is right around here, around 4,500. Now, the news, which I don't know if anyone's here following what's going on with the war, but Iran just took out the largest liquid gas terminal in the world. Okay. Now, that's not good. Now, listen, I guess they're not going down, they're not going down easy. So that just escalated the war. Now they're going to probably bring in the Saudis and everyone else. That is a big major issue. What's happening in this war? I think the Pentagon is going to be asking for $200 billion more from Congress to fund the war in Iran. Now, the big thing I told you earlier is the worst thing that could happen. I think I said this yesterday. The worst thing that could happen is that if you extend this war, if it doesn't end quickly, and it doesn't look like they're going lightly in the night, okay? And now if they start bringing other countries in, that's going to be really bad. So gold is getting crushed. Gold is down about $300 right now. I think I checked. I should have followed my spidey sense. One of you sent me an email. I'm not going to say who it is. They said Fausto gold's going to 6,300. I was going to sell it at 53. 53. We're down to 4,500. So we're down close to, down $800 where I could have got out. But whatever. I own it at 1,600. It's not that end of the world. But these are the things that you have to kind of like why we're here. And we got to look at it. Like it or not, what it is what it is. Okay. We did pretty well on day trading, swing trading, not so much. So, now the question people are asking me, do we sell here? Do we sell there? Well, you're getting pretty close to some support levels. Now, remember in phase 3, we always talk about, you don't want to sell it at a big support level, unless it does break it. Now, there are some stocks I do want to cover. And I want to talk about some of the educational part about what we talk about Cyber Trade University, because we were pretty close on buying certain stocks. I didn't buy them. I'm glad that I didn't, because I want to show you what happened. But there is some pretty good shorts going on, and we want to look at it. So anyway, regarding about what happened yesterday, and some of the stocks, there were a lot more shorts than longs. UVIX, obviously being an ETF, did really, really well. The market just kind of crapped out yesterday. Thought we were going to get a bounce. We didn't. So this is the opposite ETF. UVX, you know what? We could always hedge. And you guys did really well with that stock. Yesterday, it's not that expensive. The problem with these stocks, this one specifically, is we can't see the high frequency trades. We can't see the algorithms. There's so many of them that tick, 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 tick so quickly. It's not very easily and smoothly as we see it on some of the regular stocks that we look on a daily basis. But that one did pretty well. And like we always say, there's a lot of the opposite ETFs. This is the MSTR, the opposite on the short. This one did pretty well yesterday. So, just when you think you can't short in your IRA, you can short by buying these opposite ETFs like MSTZ. A couple other ones I want to talk about. FSLY. Let me just copy and paste this for everyone here. This was the watch list from, if you're watching online, that was basically the list right there. but there were a bunch of them out there. There was that one. There was Boyle. There was Next. There was, I mean, list goes on and on and on. And in the shorts, let me bring that up here. Hold on. Fat fingers. TME was a really good short. Went from 11 to 10. BMNR, good short right there. Went from like 23. Now it's even going lower. I mean, there was so many of them out there. MSTR. You know, I own MSTU, okay, and I'm, you know, like I said, I'm just about break it even right now after making a really nice win. Really pissed off. You know, I know a lot of us own it right around here. I think I own it right around 470, 480. It's looking so nice. I mean, oh my God. You know, and then all of a sudden we're getting this little crap out right here. So I'm going to be really, really careful on some of these stocks that we're holding. They're at close to big support levels, which is, you know, important. Looking at the coin also, we did really well with the coin. It is probably could be a buy soon. You know, it's at a big support level, 192. We're almost there. We were doing so well with that stock, right around 150, ran to 200. You know, now we're down about, we just gave about 50 points on that. So, you know, Bitcoin, I'm just going to bring it up really quick. That one is crapping out pretty bad. This is the orders on it. We're down to 69,000. We were past 74. I mean, look at that. That's basically the 18th. We're at the 19th. I mean, we really, really are taking a very big hit. Very big hit. So I'll be really, really careful of that. Some of you got out. Some of you didn't. I still own it. I'm at support. I'm kind of breaking even. I was doing really nice. You know, those are going to get a comeback. But listen, this is trading. You know, who knew that these guys were going to bomb that gas thing? But now this is where you got to be a little concerned. Okay. So do I break even? It's a lot cheaper than taking a loss. One other stock I want to bring up, and this was something we were talking in the trading room. This is a classic. So the WCW. Remember, we were contemplating buying it. It got so destroyed. Look where it is now. I was contemplating and said, you know, what's $200? You know, 100,000 shares. But thank God I didn't, because now it's down to 9 cents. There's a stock that we traded the other day where it ran, which was probably, it's got to be the best short squeeze I've seen in years. I never seen a stock go from 2. We've seen them go to 12, but going from 12, not even going. Usually they hover right around 2. I never seen it drop down to 10 cents. So that's what you got. You know, that's a lesson that you have to learn. All right. So going through the watch list, let me just go through a watch list right here. Couple of stocks out here that are, you know, there are some stocks that are moving. There's a CHNR that's moving. It's up 59%. It's not terrible. It is flat right now. Do I have level 4? No, I don't have it up here. CHNR. Let me look it up. So we see out there as orders go. Yeah, I'm not. It's probably flat. There's orders on both sides. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything out there. There was a seller right now that was, I'll show it to you what I see. There was a seller out here around 8:30 this morning. I was pushing it down around 550. We'll see if it gets taken out, but it's kind of flat. Sun, that one, great volume. Stock levels wise, not really seeing that much out there, but it's not terrible. You know, this stock is up 31%. This one's up 21%. These are all cheap stocks. Good volume, good spread, but not really that much out there. A lot of these, I honestly would have been on the B list, but doesn't look like we're going to have a good A list. I know we talked about Revvion. That was moving up pretty good, right? RIVN. That one had just a huge pop right there, but it's starting to back off. Revvion, we'll put that on our list. What else we have here? Yeah, this one gapped up, down, down. Look at that. We're already at number 6. When's the last time we were on the big percentage gainers on the Nasdaq and we're at 9%. At the 6th biggest percentage gainer is at 10%, less than 10%. That's like unheard of. We haven't seen that in a long time. Remember, there are 25,000 stocks out there. How is that even possible? Well, it is. Now, losers, different story. Okay. Canadian solar stocks. I mean, here's one right here, CSIQ. That one's taken a very big hit. Could be, you know, I think the stock is on the short list, but that one's going down. This is down because it was up big yesterday. BIBX, this stock, another ETF on the downside. BIBU, these are all ETFs. This one had a great run up. Another ETF. This is the Micron. Taking a very big hit right here. See, now the big thing I would focus on is if there's anything that's up pretty big, those are the stocks you want to short. So Micron could be look like a short. What was the other one? SanDisk. That one, you know, these big things. If the market craps out, these are the stocks you want to look at as shorts. Okay. Anything that's up huge, these are things you want to look at. What else we got here? Mask. These are all garbage. These are all ETFs. Another ETF on Micron. Oh, that's the one we just looked at. This one had a big run up. It's on a downtrend right now. This one was all the way down. The mining stock was down to 5, went to 50. It's coming back down. It's getting close. It could be on sale soon. $31 right there. I'll keep a close eye on it. HYMC. Always looking for a sale. New York Stock Exchange. I mean, this one, you know, listen, this stock is a pharmaceutical drug. You know, it's obviously never going to affect what the market's going to do. Only a little bit, unless somebody needs to cash. But that one's doing okay. This thing is I believe it's an ETF right here, the opposite of gold. That one's just rocketing right now. Killing it. GDXD. Another one, silver. This is the short on silver. It's the opposite. It's going great. Where's SLV? Here's right here. SLV. There it is. Let me just bring it up right here. We're very popular stock. We're very familiar with. You could see it right there. Not doing too well. Silver. What a great run. 110 down to 60. Where are we now? I'm just looking at where. This is usually gold's down 350. All right. So those big run-ups. Easy come, easy go. Dust, these are all miners. ET. These are the opposite. So there are stocks out there that we could still trade. Dual, another ETF, an inverse. These are all ETFs. Like the only problem I don't like these ETFs is that when you check the iceberg orders, it's kind of pretty hard to see. Listen, the SCR that we just, not the SCR, the Sun just made a pop. Okay, Sun just made a pop. I just see a big shitload of orders that came in and just bought into it right now. So Sun, that was a stock that we put on our list. That was first on my list. That one's looking pretty good right there. Let me just see what happened over here. Did this stock get that crushed? This must be some reverse stock splits right here. Gonna go over here and see what we got here. There we go. So back in February, went from $1 to about $2. She's moving up pretty nicely again. All right. Let's get ready for the market open up, everyone. Listen, we'll be back in about 15 minutes. If you're watching on social media and you want to come and join our trading room, first of all, I'm going to be doing a live demonstration today at 12 o'clock. You have the QR code. If you can't make it, just scan it. You're more than welcome to watch the recording, but we're going to do it live. If you have any questions, anything, feel free to click on it. If you're new here to Cyber Trade University, let me tell you, you're on a really good week. This is, listen, it's not all about the winners. We tell everybody you learn from losing, okay? Because you don't want to do that again. You don't want to just jump into something because I think a lot of you here, we always say, you sell your winners too soon, you hold your losers too long. So that's what you have to learn. So I'm glad a lot of you trial members are here and enjoying it. Cyber traders, you know the deal. You've been in class with Josh. We got classes going on this week. One of the most important things, we talked about it yesterday, probably no better time to take class on down markets to learn what not to do, because that's why you're in that class. All right, guys, let's get ready for the market opened up. Me, Josh, and Rich will be right back in 15 minutes. Like I said, if you're watching on social media, take your phone, scan that QR code, and we'll see you in our trading room, or be happy to see you at 12 o'clock. Good luck, everybody. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.